Good morning, fellow traders. Baldwin here. It's time for the Good Morning Market Prep for Thursday, November the 5th, 2020. I hope everybody had a great night last night. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right, let's check and see where we left on the market yesterday. So SPX, again, was up 70-something points yesterday, right? We got a double inside month right now, but the month has turned green. Weekly chart, amazing, right? We got over this prior resistance level right here, and so we're holding that for now. We've got obviously 2 trading days left in the week, and we still have an election to get decided upon here in the United States, but we'll see where we go from there. Big corrective move right here, right? So we originally thought this was the wave 4 down here, and then we're starting to work our wave up. We thought this was a retrace and could get going, but it never got above the corrective channel, so that gave us a clue not to get long just yet, right? When we gap below the cloud, right, we saw an impulsive move down, right? We filled this gap right here. That was a great clue to say, hey, this trend is kind of working its way back down, and we started to look at this and be like, wait, this could be an A, B, C, right? So we ended up getting a nice push off the C level right here. We had a lower shadow the other day, couldn't break below wave A. That was important, right? So I mean, there's a couple considerations on this one. This could be wave 1, 2, and continue to work its way up. But either way, this is a very impulsive move right now. It looks like we're going to gap up again today. Really, this looks like an impulsive wave 1 up. We'll look for a wave 2 pullback, and then we'll see if we can get up to all-time highs. That's kind of the game plan right now. Let's take a look at the SPY. Again, good volume yesterday on a green candle, so still doing okay on that one. Let's take a look at the S&P futures and see how they behaved over the evening. And so they obviously behaved really well. We started flirting with going red a couple times last night, but it bounced off of a prior signal zone, and then ended up forming a fresh signal zone here, rally-based rally, and then another rally-based rally this morning. And we're getting to an older signal zone here, close to all-time highs. As we get to this 35-10-ish area, and are finding a little bit of resistance as we take the channel up today. So now, guys, a couple things. The election isn't decided yet, but obviously the market is being completely irrational, right? So VIX is down. The S&P futures are up on complete indecision on basically, the U.S. economy, right? So it is what it is, right? But it's this irrational exuberance is continue. You can't fight the price, right? So price is trying to find a place to where it's going to find the most value, and it seems to be finding it a little bit higher up here. So one of the things just kind of continue to look at is just these levels, right? They continue to play out well, and still look at the trends and just the direction and the volume. So keep in mind too, a little bit of a sneaky move here today. The Fed is today at 2 o'clock. A lot of people, everybody's focusing on the election, but the Fed is going to be doing a rate announcement today. So you could see some crazy action today, right? We've seen a lot of big moves at the open, a lot of big pushes at the open. So one of the things that we're going to focus on is the overnight high, right? If we can get above the overnight high and stay above the overnight high, which is basically the signal zone right now, we'll see if we can get to the next level and then go from there. However, right, is a true gap up, and we're gapping up pretty significantly over yesterday's high, right, which ended up forming a signal zone right here. So this is a very, very important level for bears, and could happen early, right, within the context of this channel, to fly to flush down and fade that gap, and then we'll see how it holds. The longer we stay in yesterday's range, right, the more we could test some of the value areas from yesterday, which happen to correspond with this signal zone here. And again, below there, we might see this one below. So again, the bears are going to try to attack that open gap right there, but if we can push over the overnight highs and stay above these levels, we might see it push up. And then don't forget, I mean, I know it's crazy and this market's completely irrational, but it could get more irrational or even somewhat rational just with the unexpected being expected into the Fed today. So that's just something to consider. Again, that's at 2 o'clock in the press conference at 2:30 Eastern time. So again, just the big levels to look at right here right now are basically the geometric levels up here in the channel. So let's see how that holds going in today for the MES. Let's take a look at the Qs this morning. Qs are channeling up nicely all the way from yesterday's pre-market triangle breakout. So we're getting some nice follow through on those. The IWM is not 100% convinced here this morning. It gave a little bit of a push here, but again, not surprised that the small caps are waiting for a president, right? So it makes sense, right? These are small caps. These are businesses that are not as highly capitalized, Apple, things like that, right? So we're gonna keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on the XLF today too. Okay, so they're not really convinced either, right? So we're kind of in this big megaphone from yesterday. We're actually starting to triangulate now within that megaphone, right? So it's kind of turning into a bit of a diamond pattern here, right? So we just need to be a little bit cautious right here. Keep an eye on the XLF. If these things flush, if they don't, they're not into it with the Fed, the market could follow. Okay, so let's take a look at Apple here this morning. Again, Apple up a nice 4 points here today. So let's see if we can get a gap and go in that over the 119 levels. Tesla. So Tesla gapping up really nicely. It's pretty close to yesterday's highs. Let's even get over that 440 level again. 450 was a major level for Tesla, and again, that would put it over the triangle right here. So let's see if we can get a strong move on Tesla and get some follow through on that today. So that could be pretty interesting too. A couple other ones that are on the radar here going into today. We've got NIO, of course. Now, NIO, guys, there was a lot of put activity on this one. This thing started to form a shooting star candle yesterday, but ended up closing with a doji candle spinning top, right? So now it could actually turn into a doji sandwich. We're gapping up here, so watch out for shorts getting squeezed on this one. And NIO could still be in play because of that. So we've got that going on here. QCOM gapping up on earnings to about 148, 147 right now. So even get over the after hours highs and give us a gap and go today. Otherwise, it's a pretty big gap, right? Could be exhaustive because we have the big gap right here. But again, just keep an eye on it and watch the price action on that one. A couple other ones that have been on the radar here. I like CRM. I like this. Looks like an A, B, C down, and we might be starting a fresh wave up. Let's see if we can get over the 50-day moving average, maybe retest the cloud and get this thing going again. So that's going to be on the radar. Boeing. So Boeing's up about 2 points here this morning. This looked like a little bit of a retrace into a larger wave yesterday. So let's see if we can get up to the daily cloud on this one. Again, look for potential strength in Boeing today. CGC got a little bit extended, right? So it took the inside day down. We got earnings coming up, but keep it a little bit on the bearish area. It's testing the double inside area here, but below this 18 level, could see a faster push down. Docu, this is a good one yesterday. Members pointed this one out. Just a strong candle yesterday. Software was strong yesterday. That's why we're looking at CRM, Adobe, names like that. Keep an eye on Docu today. See if it gives us a little bit of a retrace that could be viable today. And finally, BABA with earnings this morning. Again, they're still expected Ant to come out in like 6 months, and it looks like their earnings are already kind of pulling back off of that. So again, just a little bit of caution right here, and just kind of keep an eye on the levels. We'll see where BABA decides to settle. All right, guys, I hope everybody has an awesome trading day today. We'll catch you guys in the lunchtime market update. Until then, stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you stay in the game.